Hello Cancer, and welcome to Positive Light Tarot. My name is Tracy and I am so happy that you've joined me here today. This is your weekly reading for September 29th to October 5th. Now before we get started, I just want to share with you how I work with Spirit. Now I shuffle the cards until they naturally fall out. This is what we call jumpers. That's Spirit's way of guiding the messages meant for you. Now, not every detail will connect with everyone, so keep what feels right and let the rest go. And if you really do enjoy these readings, I'd love if you like, share, subscribe, or comment. I really appreciate it. It helps me to connect with your beautiful energy, but it also keeps the messages flowing as well. All right, let's get right into your reading. All right, we're going to start, like we always do, with your angel number. We're going to gather this number at the end of the reading. And it will be the special number to connect with. Even though there will be lots of synchronized numbers throughout your reading, this is the powerful angel number that the angels want to share with you this week. All right, before we get right into your reading, we are going to get an angel message for you. Find out what the angels would like to share before we get into all the details, because there's a special message that's coming through. So let's find out what that special message is for Cancer. So you've got number 4, and it says, be a light to others. It says you have a powerful message to share. Shine your light on the world so that others can learn from you. Interesting. Now, you know, again, Cancer, you're very intuitive and very spiritual. And in fact, I believe that a lot of you have a lot of those spiritual gifts. The angels are really encouraging you to be that light to others. There could be people around you this week that really need that from you. And I think that you might actually have some messages that will bring warmth, love, and compassion to those around you. And it can be something very small, but what's small to you might be huge to someone else. So be a light to others. Messages, you will be receiving messages this week that are very powerful, that you can't just keep them inside. You're going to have to release them. You're going to have to share and communicate them. Let's get your incoming energies here. We've got the Observer. And one more, please. Thank you. And then we'll read the bottom of the deck, because all those energies are part of what's going on this week for you. Number 49, the Observer. All right? You're taking a step back and you're saying, okay, I need to really look at things. I'm going to look at things from maybe a different perspective, but you're observing all of the details of something. And sometimes when we do that, it gives us more power internally. It gives us more understanding. And it may be really by observing first, it allows you to prepare something with better details, because you're getting the fine details by taking this observation time. So it's a very important, this is a week where observing might actually bring more insight for you as well. You're observing something because you are coming to the edge, number 36. This is a very important week of preparation for you, Cancer, because there is something around you that is showing you that you are coming to the edge. You're ready to take a leap. You're ready to do something new. Whether it's a new relationship, a new friendship, you're joining a new community group, maybe you're a new job. There's something where you're standing there, and this is joyful because you can see that your heart is invested into whatever this is that where you're coming to the edge. Almost ready to step out of your comfort zone and almost ready to take that leap. But before you do, you're observing things. You're taking it in. That's incredible. So let's see what the messages behind these energies are. But before we do so, let's look at the bottom of the deck. We've got co-create, so number 40. The wisdom that you share alone is unbelievable. And I think that this is why you got the co-create card. Because number 4, and let's look at this number, 4, be a light to others, and number 40. So in numerology, this is also the number 4, and that's about stability. It's about hard work, it's structure, it's security, it's discipline. But you're co-creating, you're creating something new, and you might not be doing it alone. In fact, the co-creation for you, I truly believe, is co-creating with Spirit. There's some powerful messages that are going to come through this week, And I think that you really need to pay careful attention to them, because this is where the observing comes in. You're observing things, you're taking it in, because these are messages that are really important. Because whatever this is, there's a growth period happening. There's a change shifting here for you because you're coming to the edge. But the message that's coming through might not just be a light for you, but it's a light that you can share with others as well. Yeah, and you see you've got reflection to the sea. This is a time for some reflection, and that's great, because when we reflect, when we review, when we assess, when we take some time out to take a deep breath and really gather it all together, there's inner growth and inner strength that comes into being with that. Right. We're going to get your 6 cards now. We're going to start with the first 2, and we're going to clarify each one. So let's get those first 2 cards for you, Cancer. All right. Wow. We're starting with lovely energies here. So first of all, we've got number 21, which is the World card. Now, major arcana cards are major things that are happening in your life. There are 22 of them in the deck, starting with the number 0. Okay, it's not a number, but it starts with 0. So the World card is the very end. It's the very last card. So this is showing completion. This is showing that something comes to completion because it's ready to begin again. So there is some sort of completion in your life, in some sort of aspect of your life. And again, it will resonate differently with each of you, but tap into your own spirituality and your own intuition, because these cards are going to send messages to you as well. So you are in a completing phase here. And you know what? With this completion, it is nothing but success. The 6 of Wands, okay? Feeling victory, feeling like you've achieved something. Okay, so you're going through an achievement period. Not only are you feeling the vibes of this victory, you're feeling, oh, this is really great, but there's people around you that are almost really rewarding you for this completion as well. Maybe this has been a long haul for you. You know, maybe this has taken some time for you to get to this point. So you know what? Live in the moment and enjoy it. Remember too that you are being a light to others, and it makes sense. There is some sort of journey that you've been on. And now it's time for something to come to a completion. You've gained wisdom from whatever this journey is. And because of that, you can now shed your light on it and share it with others. Could be for some of you that maybe are in the... I almost feel like for some of you, you could be out there. You could be like, you could have a channel of some sort, or you could be an influencer of some sort. You could be like really getting your message out there through that as well. Let's see with number 21, the World. Let's get your clarifying card there. Thank you. We got the 8 of Coins. Yeah, you know, this is something that you have been working really hard with. So it really does make sense that it works in alignment with be a light to others. Number 8 of Coins. You're paying attention to details because you want to complete the task. You want to complete something thoroughly first before you move on to something else. You could be starting a new apprenticeship or changing your line of work in a new way for some of you. But the 8 of Coins is the hard work and the diligence that you put into things. It's Virgo energy. Now the 8 of Coins, 8s are all about power and abundance as well. There's success showing here with this 8 of Coins as well. So something that you've been really working hard with, and I truly believe that it's something you're mastering yourself. Something you maybe have been trying to master. Maybe you're getting your master's. You're completing some sort of educational thing as well. Coming to a close. It's coming full circle. And now it's time to share. Okay, it's time to share all of what you've learned. And that's a victory time. This is a time of victory. Okay, so let's get the 6 of Wands. Let's find out. We're celebrating here. There is definitely a beautiful celebration. We've learned something. All right, we've got the card right there. And what do we get? We get the Wheel with that. Now another major arcana card. Wow, you've got a lot of cards that are showing a sense of completion. So the 10, the Wheel, is about good fortune. Things are shifting. And, you know, sometimes things shift for our benefit. And then, of course, there's times in our life where we're like, oh my gosh, why the heck is that happening? But this is all positive for you because the Wheel coming with the 6 of Wands, it shows that you are shifting into a celebratory time. This is a shift with success. So there is a lot of success around you right now. And the Wheel is showing that things are expanding in the right direction for you as well. So, I do feel like your whole life is coming full circle. I'm seeing the circle here as well. And I'm seeing that there's some fortunate events that are certainly coming in for you. Some of them can be unexpected, and some of them can be destined, and some of them can be planned. So all different types of change happening there. Let's get your next 2 cards, please. There we go. We've got the 2 of coins. It's a balancing act, sometimes juggling things. And that can feel like that, I think, for many of us. And I think a lot of us can relate to the juggling. Trying to bring balance into our life, trying to make sure that, we're balancing our finances, but we're also making sure that we're making room for fun. And it's a reminder that, in the midst of all of the hard work that you're doing and all of the changes and shifts that are taking place, that yes, it's important to work hard, but it's also important to find that balance to bring joy into your life as well. So I think it's just really, again, figuring out how you can juggle things without it affecting you too much. And finding peace within that as well. Now we've got the 5 of Cups under here, which really shows that there has been something that has disappointed you, where you are feeling a sense of loss. And maybe, maybe emotionally you're feeling, maybe you've been really putting a lot of attention into working hard towards something that you feel you've lost something along the way. And there is hope in this card. We can see it with the stained glass window here. It's not a stained glass window, in fact, it's just a beautiful window that's showing there's light reflecting from behind of it, showing that this is a time where there is healing, and healing is coming into play, and you don't have to heal alone. In fact, there's 2 beautiful cups here that really show that you have the power to co-create when the time is right for you. We all heal differently. There's no time put on healing. So if this is a time where you feel you need to, really accept what is lost, once you finally feel that you've been able to do that, and I believe that the universe is shifting positively in your way to help you realize that, there is hope in here. Okay, it's not everything is lost. Yes, 3 of these cups are showing disappointment, but there's 2 cups that are really strong here. Those 2 cups could be that you're trying to balance things. So emotionally, this could be a time where it's like, I'm juggling so many things in my life. I'm not giving enough to my relationship. I'm not giving enough to myself. Let's find out with the 2 coins. Let's get the clarifying card for the 2 coins. Thank you, Spirit. Appreciate that. 3 of Wands. You're juggling. Yeah, you know why? Because you've put a lot of things into place. With the 3 of Wands, you are really, I almost feel like you've already set things to where you want them to be, and now it's kind of a waiting game. It's kind of like, okay, now all I really can do is wait for that ship to come in. You may feel like you've already sort of, taken the plan, put it in motion. You're ready to come to the edge, but you're still waiting on something. And that's a little frustrating. And sometimes we have to juggle a few things around before that ship comes in. So that could be for some of you. And that could have to do with work. It can have to do with relationships as well. We're always juggling many different things in our life. I don't know if there's anyone anymore that doesn't feel that sense of having to compensate for all different things in our life. Now, let's find out why the 5 of Cups is here for you, Cancer. Well, I'm happy to say you've got the King of Swords. All right, so I'm going to read this in 2 different ways. Okay, because there's 2 different messages coming in. So I want you to take the one that resonates best with your situation. For some of you, you may feel that there's been a loss with somebody who was maybe an air sign. Doesn't necessarily have to be an air sign, but with certainly somebody who could be masculine energy, but doesn't have to be that gender. The King of Swords can be a Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius, but it doesn't have to be. It's somebody who isn't always that, they don't spread their emotions like you do. They don't feel situations like you do. So they can be hard to communicate with sometimes, because they're very direct. They say things that can sometimes kind of, because they hold that sharp sword. So they're not meaning to be hurtful. They're actually trying to bring you a message. And sometimes that message has to be clear and crisp. So there could be somebody delivering a message to you that you feel kind of hits you because you're sensitive. But their meaning behind it is that they're trying to give you clarity, they're trying to give you truth, and they're trying to show you that, they want you to be able to heal. And they think that the best method for you to heal is to hear the truth of something. And in actuality, that might very well be true. But in the moment, it can be a little bit harder to accept. But I believe that this King of Swords is here to actually bring light to a situation, to a contract, to a feeling. I think that their purpose is to mean, their means is to be purposeful for you, to shed light on something so that you can emotionally turn yourself around and see that there is a lot of supportive energy around you. And wow. For some of you, it could be a loss. I'm going to say it could be a loss of something, and it looks like that family, there's inheritance here. The sun does turn things around. So again, like I said, there could be multiple messages with the Five of Cups and the King of Swords. Again, the King of Swords can be more maturity, okay? So somebody maybe a little older, somebody giving you advice, or somebody that you just feel maybe you've lost a connection with. And now with the 10 of coins here, with the number 19, the sun. Now the sun being major arcana, and in fact the most positive card in all of the deck. And the 10 of coins being what we all really are trying to achieve, okay? Because the 10 of coins is about reaching that financial plateau. It's feeling, divinely guided. We're feeling like family is strong. We're protected, that we're reaching our goals, and we're feeling that sense of stability and structure in our lives that bring happiness and abundance our way. It can be legacies. It can be family values and beliefs, and it certainly can be inheritances. And if that's something that you're going through, I'm sorry. I'm sending my condolences to you if that's for some of you. But on the other side of the coin here is that there is a happiness, there is a light, there is an able to let go and feel that happiness and positivity coming in. It's like something is being, although there might be something emotionally that you're trying to figure out, and maybe that's why you feel like you're juggling things, and you feel like something is far in the distance, and it could be even your emotions to heal, like it's far in the distance. I'm waiting for my ship to come in because I want to start healing. The 10 of coins is showing you that is coming to a completion. You've got some cards that really show that something is coming full circle here. And everything is based around number 19. And number 19 in numerology is the number 10. So, 10, 10, and 10. The universe is working in synchronicities here with you because they want you to see that there is some closure coming in for you that brings you a lot of positivity and a lot of happiness. And if you've been questioning the direction in which you're going, the sun is saying that you are on the right path. Let's get a card for the 10 of coins. All right, 10 of coins, please, for Cancer. And you got the 7 of cups. So the 7 of cups can be knowing that you have to make some wise decisions. Okay, so it could be something to do with family values, family beliefs. Maybe you are the head of some sort of a family or something to do with that, or even a business, okay, your finances. Whatever the case is, it's almost as like you are heading up this, okay? You're the one who's in charge. And the 7 of cups is feeling overwhelmed because there's so many choices that you have to make. And you know that this has to be a decision that you make with a great sense of wisdom, which is why it's time to observe things. You will be ready to come to the edge after you take in all the details. Now, this King of Swords can be very helpful in times of that as well. Because again, they do not attach their emotions to this. They're all about the facts. The facts are what going to help you, make you feel less overwhelmed. And that decisions that will be called upon you to make will be that much easier. And the 7 of cups is about prioritizing things. So if you're able to prioritize things, you're going to see that it's not as challenging as it could be. So prioritizing is a key word this week for you, coming from your angels. Now we're going to clarify the Sun card. There we go. And wow, you are in a very powerful position this week, Cancer. We've got number 1, the Magician. Using your powers for good. And you know what I truly believe this is? We know that the sun, brings the essence of light. The Magician is magical, and when used for the highest good, has a power about them that can send messages through that bring your intentions to life as well. You manifest things to come to light. And you are the light to others. You have the powerful message to share, and the Magician has a powerful message to share. Shine your light on the world so that they can learn from you. So I truly believe that that message is very powerful. And so that things don't feel like they're so overwhelming for you, because there's a lot going on here this week, prioritize. Take one cup at a time so that you don't get to that point where you feel like that you're rushing to make some sort of decision, because the 10 of coins is for something for your long term. The Sun card being number 19, the number 10, this is for your long term. So there are no rushes here. This Sun card, of course, like I said, embrace the warmth that's coming in, because the 10 becomes a 1, and that light is shining through you. And if you've been feeling like you really want to manifest the things that you want, you really want to set those intentions, the sun is going to give you, it's like almost going to be like you finally understand what it is you need to do and what course of action you need to take to create your vision. Because that vision, you're coming to the edge. And that vision, you're almost ready to reveal it. All right, let's get your blessings. Let's find out what the blessings are for you this week as well. For the beautiful sign Cancer, just one blessing, please. Oh, you got 2 as well. Everybody's getting 2. That's okay. The angels want to speak. We're going to let them be heard. Okay, so it says, if you want to experience a deeper level of love in your relationship, you must both consciously and willingly surrender to one another. Feel and honor the sacred within each other. Be vulnerable and give yourself up to love each and every moment. In doing so, you will unite in love and will feel alive, reborn with each breath. One loving thought can create a world of infinite love. So that could be a specific meaning for some of you, especially where a loving relationship is concerned. And then we've got another one. It says, every relationship goes through changes, but this does not mean that your love has gone. Let this be a time of reflection. Some adjustments may be needed. Perhaps a new purpose needs to be discovered. It may feel cold and lonely, but beneath the surface, the earth is warming to the promise of spring. In the meanwhile, express how you feel gently, lovingly and honestly, and let yourselves be vulnerable and hold on tight. That might be a specific message for some of you, and it doesn't necessarily always have to be an intimate relationship, because you have to remember that the 5 of Cups did come in here. And there is a sense of emotional loss here. And I think it really is figuring out how to build better communications. That can be for some of you as well. So please take those as they resonate, okay? They came up for a reason. Now, I want you to keep in mind that you did get 10s, because 10s are a very important part of your journey this week for sure. And I believe that 10s do become 1s. So let's remember that as well. Now let's get your most important number, and that of course is the angel number. 1011, time to take action. Okay, it says hope, new beginnings, a fresh start, lifestyle, purpose, and spiritual awakening. It says this is a call to action to move forward. The sooner you get going, the sooner you will accomplish what you set out to do. Those with patience will eventually reap the rewards of their perseverance. And that perseverance is all of the juggling that you've done. You're waiting for your ship to come in, and you're ready to come to the edge. So this is a call to action to move forward. And I think you will figure out what it is that you need to do to take that action. Keep in mind, 10 is part of this number. And we talked about 10s, and we said 10s become 1s. You also got 1s. So these are very important parts of your journey this week. 1011. And that 0 is all the infinite possibilities that can be created through all of this as well. Cancer, thank you so very much for joining me. I want to thank you for being here. I hope this reading resonates with you. And until next week, sending love, light, and positive vibes.